Hi, Liz here from Nirvana Energy Medicine. I'm here to talk about silent counselling, something that has really added to my training as a homeopath and training as a Need and Energy Medicine year one student and graduate. I found that these methods are absolutely fantastic when it comes to releasing stuck emotions. You can do it, it's called silent counselling because you can do it without having to retell your story, without you having to relive your trauma. There's a lot of evidence now that talking about, consistently talking about your problems is actually just re-embedding them into your energy body. Now, your energy body is the intelligence that keeps you alive, that lets your heart beat, that lets your nails grow, that lets your hair grow. All the things that you never have to think about are held in that intelligent energy body system. But it sometimes gets really stuck. In fact, life gets it stuck. We have grief, we have trauma, we have injury, anything that stops the body from flowing properly creates stuckness, which creates a stagnation in the system, which creates often pain, whether that's on an emotional or a physical level. It can even be on a level where you're doing your very best to help yourself, and you're eating the right foods, you're sleeping well, you're not taking in toxins, you're trying to really detox your whole system, and something still something is not working for you. So silent counselling works with the meridians, and meridians are the energy pathways in the body that take the flow of this intelligent energy that we have through all the organs in the body, through the brain, through everything, all the blood cells everywhere, okay? They actually very invisible. You can see them. If you put a blue dye in them, you can see them. But it's very hard to see them. They're sitting below the muscle, in the muscle tissue, and they pass through next to the organs to feed each organ. Hence the reason why a meridian is called after, for example, the stomach meridian. It actually, believe it or not, there's a point on the stomach meridian that sits here on the cheeks, okay? There's a point on the gallbladder that sits here at the side of the eye. So they're called after the organs that they pass through. If those particular meridians are stuck, they're not feeding that organ well, okay? Each meridian has a different job, and it holds on to the organs that they pass through actually hold on to different emotions, believe it or not. So you think, really, my liver, but you know that if people are very liverish, they're quite angry. They can be quite angry people. People who've got gallbladder issues sometimes, or a tendency towards sort of, holding on to grudges, and there's a lot of bile in their system that's not really being processed. Well, they're kind of frustrated people. So we kind of get that also, we also know for a fact that the heart is the seat of love, and hurt. When we're emotionally hurt, we feel it in our heart. So it's not an accident that traditional Chinese medicine, thousands of years old, has recognised that each of the organs has its own cellular memory. And that's what silent counselling works with. It works with the cellular memory of each organ and each meridian. And by working on the pathways and using breathwork, silent counselling practitioners can help you to release the stuck energy that sits in these organs that can either cause you emotional issues or eventually physical issues in these particular organs, or if they're stuck and they're not feeding the next organ along in the line, they can cause lots of just unease or dis-ease in the system before disease. Okay, so you don't have to tell your story in silent counselling. As I said, it's a fantastic tool that you can learn to use for yourself. A session with a silent counselling practitioner will show you how to release those stuck memories, cellular memories, and give you tools that you can use for yourself. as does energy medicine. Eden Energy Medicine I trained in is also wonderful at that. But I find the simplicity of silent counselling is something that if you're anxious or fearful or just depressed, I mean, God, you know, living with depression is awful. You can't even be bothered doing anything for yourself. But if you think, you know, if I just hold on to my thumb and do these breath techniques that I've been taught, really that releases grief and loss from my lungs. You know, but not only my lungs, once that's moving, it helps the rest of the body system support itself. So there's a lot goes on in a silent counselling session that doesn't really need spoken about by the practitioner or by you. You just follow certain instructions based on the practitioner's energy testing of your system. They know how to, we know how to check for your energy blockages, and then instruct you on which parts of the body to touch, which parts of the system to touch, to release different emotions, and to allow you to do the breath work to let those emotions go. So, what else can I tell you? We can also put positive feelings back. You know, it helps with positive affirmations at the end of a session. Usually what we find is that the energy body that is your higher intelligent self is trying its best to connect with you all the time. I mean, you do this, oh my God, and you don't realise that you're touching on to different energy meridian pathways that do help the body release fight, flight or freeze toxins. So with that said, if you're interested in knowing more about it, I'm free for a 15-minute chat with anyone to talk about it, see if it would suit you, for us to connect, allow you to just feel comfortable with either myself or one of my wonderful colleagues. This is really sweeping the world with such a simple, rapid energy release that people who have had issues for years, since childhood, wow, believe it or not, since before the womb, you know, if your mother's carried trauma in her system while she was making you as a baby, you can be carrying her cellular memory. So you may not know where your stuff's coming from. You may think, I've had the most amazing life, but there's something still stuck. So if you're wondering where your stuff's coming from, or if you know where it comes from, you don't need to relive it with us. You can if you want, of course. We're trained to listen as well and to hear you very, very clearly and help you clear your stuck energies. So that's silent counselling, and thank you.